I'm Trevor Blount and I am a Pilates teacher. I've been teaching Pilates since 1985 and I work with a team of 8 Pilates teachers here at my studio in South Kensington. With Reese, we've been doing work with clients together, him as a physiotherapist and me as a Pilates teacher, in terms of rehabilitation. Often when people have injuries, the injury site, it needs to be rehabilitated, but we actually work on rehabilitating the whole body at the same time. The Pilates technique has a number of things that will help any athlete. One thing is considering the centre of the body in terms of movement, and I consider that the centre of the body is from the pelvic floor right up onto the chest here. So that can help in terms of movement direction, so that you move the whole of that unit together. And that centre of the body has to be combined with something that called the core. And by the core, I mean the space below our feet and the space above our heads, and what's happening to our body on that line between those two spaces. And for me, you can't have the centre of the body and the core separately. They're codependent on each other, and every athlete needs to know what that means both mentally and physically in the body. For any athlete, the whole body needs to be taken into consideration. For Ironmen specifically, because they're on the bicycle for long periods of time, they're swimming for long periods of time, and they're running for long periods of time. So the joints take a lot of compression. And one of the things that Pilates is very good at is elongating the body into this position of a long, long core with a very strong centre. And that elongation takes pressure, the compression, out of the spinal joints, out of the knee joints, out of the foot joints and ankle joints. And then by working all of the joints together as one unit, we can stimulate each joint to work in coordination with the others. My advice is to work with all of the coaches that we have in the Ironman team. But what specifically Pilates will do is that it will give a degree of subtlety in the way that athletes work. Athletes are very strong, often very flexible. This will bring balance to the body. It will give them a lot more balance in terms of being grounded down and lifted up. And all of this will decrease the risk of injuries both to muscles and to joints.